Hey everyone, I hope you're well. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. These are your angel messages plus a mini bonus tarot reading for the week of March 8th, 2026. I'm going to begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel here, ending at Pisces. Timestamps, as always, will be in the description box. I set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. So you're welcome to look at any or all of them. And if you don't know what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. I also want you to keep in mind, of course, it is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, just take what fits and leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else. And if I stumble or bumble my way through your reading, I ask for your forgiveness ahead of time, as my ruling planet of Mercury is currently still in retrograde. So I am prone to to accidents at this time. With all of that said, now let's begin. Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for being here, my friend. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the week of March 8th, 2026. Your angel number, 986. The word on the card is forthright. Practice saying no. Your angels want to alert you to your tendency to confuse yes with no, and they are asking you to stop. People know you have a hard time not doing what they ask you to, and they have been taking advantage. It's time to say no confidently 10 times today. Look in a mirror and practice a way of saying no. Message from the universe. Try not to dwell on the past or spend too much time worrying about the future. All it does is steal your joy and your sense of inner peace. Concentrate on the here and now and enjoy every moment for what it is. You are creating new memories. Message from your spirit guides. Lighten up. You're being asked to remember that life doesn't always have to be so serious. Yes, there are hard things happening. No, it is not always easy to be here on earth. However, you can always find time to laugh and be silly and have a little fun. And it's so important that you do so this week. Message from Archangel Michael. Increase your knowledge. Card number 15. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. And your Moonology card here for the week. Surrender to the divine. Full moon. Okay. Tell me more about this here, please, for the Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about practice saying no, not dwelling on the past, lightening up, increasing their knowledge, and surrendering to the divine? One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the King of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Pentacles. And you have the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. Well, it kind of seems to be what you're doing here in Pentacle energy. Maybe a little too earth at this time for you as a fire sign. Tell me about that Ace of Pentacles. I feel here like many of you are going back and forth in this Two of Pentacles about whether or not you want to create this Ace of Pentacles for yourself in the future, invest in it, maybe maintain something that you currently have, or obtain that. Tell me more about that Ace of Pentacles. Some of you may be worrying too much about this. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Cups. The Nine of Swords, there's your worry. And the Knight of Swords, bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. So I think there is something new here for you. You have 3 of the 4 aces on the table. The ace that's not here is the Ace of Swords, although we do see the Knight of Swords holding it. So I think for some of you, there's something here that you're contemplating investing in, like I said, obtaining, maintaining, possibly creating. You seem to be going back and forth, weighing the pros and cons of whatever this is. You could be receiving some external pressure from someone here in respect to saying whether or not you want to move forward with that Ace of Pentacles. And I think in that respect, if this is you and this Nine of Swords and you're not sure what to do and someone is pressing you or pressuring you, I was going to say, for an answer, maybe your answer needs to be no, or I don't have an answer right now, because I think you're spending a lot of mental energy right now worrying about this Ace of Pentacles out in the future. So I think for the time being, I'm not telling you to give up on this or to walk away from this opportunity. I mean, 3 out of the 4 aces, it is a pretty big thing in a very small reading. But what we don't have is the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is your moment of clarity. That's your moment when you know whether to say yes or no on something. So I feel like if anyone is pressuring on you on this, you could just practice saying, no, I'm not well informed enough about this. Maybe you need to increase your knowledge, learn more about it. But in the meantime, definitely lighten up. lighten up a bit and have some fun. This is very serious energy here for a fire sign. So let's get you some advice here. Give me some advice here, please, for Aries for the week ahead. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice, the Two of Wands, since you're at that crossroads, Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Wands, bottom of the deck, the Chariot. You'll know when the moment is right to make this decision, whether you're saying yes, whether you're saying no, whether you're moving forward with this, whether you want to make some changes or amendments to whatever this offer or opportunity is for you. Again, whether you're creating it or you're receiving it from someone. And I think until that moment that you're ready and you confidently in that Queen of Wands energy can move forward, you shouldn't feel forced or pressured to make a decision. You'll know when it's time to move forward. This opportunity has the potential here to bring you either financial or emotional fulfillment and contentment there with the Ten of Cups. But if you're going back and forth, you may need to increase your knowledge on it. And in the meantime, just practice saying no, or I don't know, or I'll get back to you on that. And for the meantime, just surrender to the divine and try to have a little more fun this week. That is what I have for you, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, my love, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Taurus, my bull gang. I hope you're well. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the week of March 8th, 2026. Your angel number, Taurus, you have 994, honor goals. Examine your current opportunities. It's time to redirect, to make decisions that honor your goals rather than your short-term gratification. The current opportunities presented to you need careful examination. Consider at this moment how your current daily activities feed into your long-term visions. Ask yourself now if they will help you or hold you back from your ultimate dreams and goals. Message from the universe. If people are gossiping about you or spreading rumors, don't fall for it. No one is worth lowering your vibration for. Let it move through you. See it for what it is, which is a reflection of their pain rather than the result of your actions. Message from your spirit guides, create. You're being asked to connect with your creative side in whatever way feels best. This part of you needs some extra attention right now. It needs to be expressed in a bigger way. Your message from Archangel Michael, open your heart, card number 22. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and let love heal this situation. And your Moonology card here for the week is your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So, Taurus, maybe there is here an opportunity on the table for you. And maybe what you're worried about is if I move in this direction, if I honor this goal or this dream, people may gossip about me. People may create some rumors or spread some rumors about me. However, if this is a dream, wish, or goal that you have and you love it and you're willing to create a practical plan, and you are one of the most practical signs in the zodiac, if this is something that you want to do, I don't feel like you should allow other people to hold you back. I think you should open up your heart to whatever this is and pursue it. Tell me more about this here for the Taurus Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I'm not sure with Mercury retrograde if I said the numbers on the cards for you. Your angel number is 994 this week. Tell me more about this new opportunity, worrying about people gossiping about you. Okay, you have the Emperor, you have the Ten of Wands. Your next card is the High Priestess. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Hierophant, which is your card, the Eight of Cups, and the Moon. So you do have doubts, fears, and anxieties about moving towards what you believe could potentially be your Nine of Cups, because that's typically what we're moving towards when we're in the state of the Eight of Cups. It is a card of movement. It's someone who is not very satisfied with the current situation, environment, or connection that they find themselves in. There's trepidation here in that moon energy. There's a desire to want to move towards the Ninth Cup, but there is some fear, doubt, and worry. And I think you keep a lot of this to yourself here with this High Priestess energy. It's almost like if you were to step into the shoes of the Emperor, which should be fairly easy for you since you are the Empress, and create whatever this is. And you are a very creative sign. Venus by nature, your ruling planet, is very creative. But it's almost like you feel like if I were to move forward with this, it could be very burdensome for you, or create a burden for you, particularly with, it's almost like you're concerned about what people may say or do. Tell me more about this here for Taurus. Tell me more about this. Concern about what other people may say or do. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Cups, the Lovers, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. So again, only take these messages only if they resonate to you. Obviously, if they don't, you're welcome to check another placement. But that Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, it's almost like you feel like if I were to move in this direction, or again, pursue this, and this could be anything. This could be a passion, hobby, something that you want to learn, maybe something that you want to create with that create card, launch your own business. There's something like that. If I were to make the decision, to make the choice, to get out of this state where whatever this is for you is kind of just sitting in the ethers there in that Seven of Cups, right? That's astrologically Neptune and Pisces. So it's kind of just like right now it's sitting as a wish fulfillment, if you will, that's not being fulfilled. And your feeling here is like, if I were to make the choice and manifest this, and by manifest, not just hope and pray, but literally put the work into this, because that's what the Magician does, right? They ask for what it is that they desire. They utilize all four aces, and then they believe wholeheartedly that this goal of theirs or this dream of theirs will come to fruition. So it's co-creating with the divine. And your feeling here is, if I were to move forward and do this, there will be people in my life who will feel left out, who will feel isolated, who will feel heartbroken, or who will not approve of this decision. And that might leave you feeling isolated or heartbroken. So take the messages how they resonate to you. But again, this is clearly something that you desire, I want to say, at the inner core of you. And the only thing that is stopping you from moving forward and actively manifesting this and turning it into a reality, or at least creating the practical plan to turn it into reality, is like, what would the neighbors say, or what would people say about me? But Source is saying it's time for you to open up your heart to whatever this dream, wish, or goal here, this long-term vision that you have for yourself or your life. Can we get some advice for Taurus here this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice: the Sun card, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Three of Cups. Look, you clearly have an opportunity here, or you will be having an opportunity very soon. It's almost like the divine is bringing you this Ace of Cups. Again, I think it's something that you have actively manifested. You didn't just hope and pray for it. You're willing to put the work into either create the plan or generate this for yourself, maintain it for yourself. I wouldn't leave this on the shelf as a missed opportunity, because clearly it's something that you're truly desiring. You feel like it would make you very happy. It adds to your stability. It has the potential to get you to the Ten of Cups, as well as the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun card. You see this as being some type of long-term goal that you can be creative in, passionate with, having fun with, being authentic. Sometimes I see that Sun card to the Four of Wands as someone who can be authentically themselves out in the public, like the Sun is, but also in their home in the Four of Wands. And there's something here about, don't sit in the state of the Four of Cups, this feeling of not being emotionally content, or the state of apathy, simply because of what friends or family members or acquaintances or the neighbors would say. As far as we know, right, you have one life. And even if you believe in multiple lives and reincarnation, this is your moment now, Taurus, to create this dream, wish, or goal that you have. And I think this week Source is saying, just open up your heart just a little bit more to this desire that you have, and start creating the practical plan to make it a reality. Whatever this is must be important enough for you, for each of you, for it to come up in a collective reading. So I wouldn't die leaving this one on a shelf collecting dust. Go big, Taurus, go big. That is what I have for you, my dear. Those are your angel messages for the week of March 8th, 2026. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, Taurus, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Gemini Twin Gang. I hope you're well. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the week of March 8th, 2026. What do we have for Gemini? I love this. Good luck. Angel number 200. You make your own fortune in life. You have been working hard in life. Sometimes it's necessary to expect good things to come out of that, not just more hard work. Your angels want to send you that lucky break, big opportunity, or moment of respite, but you have to believe that it is coming. Visualize what you want so badly, even if it's frightening to admit that that is what you want. Sit and ponder what life will look like once you get it. Message from the universe. You're going to be celebrating something very special soon, and you'll be so full of joy and happiness. It will almost seem out of this world how suddenly everything happens for you. Be ready for it, expect it, and it's happening. Message from your spirit guides, patience. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong. And there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this very moment. But have patience because everything will work out. Message from Archangel Michael. This is a blessing in the skies. Card number 33. Be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. And what will come is far better than what you have dared to dream. And your Moonology card here for the week. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Look, I'm a Gemini sun, and I tend to be very Queen of Swords, very blunt in a lot of my readings. I always say I'm not cross-watcher friendly for that reason. Gemini, I have to be honest with you. There's something here that you want. Now, we've been seeing career and finance stuff come up in a lot of your readings where you're desiring success or long-term financial stability. But whatever this pertains to, relocation, buying a vehicle, some dream, wish, or goal you have, I got to be honest, I think the adjustment that's required here is us, like our attitude towards it. I think we're not only losing patience, but maybe even losing hope with something. And this could even be in regards to love and romance. But I think luck is on your side. I like that good luck card. It reminds me of Sagittarius. That is our opposite sign. So let's see what this message is all about. But you seem to be maybe lacking patience or lacking belief that what it is that you're striving for or working for will actually come to fruition. That adjustments are required, I think, is our attitude. I got to be honest. All right, tell me more about this here for the Gemini Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about good luck? They'll be celebrating something soon, having patience. This is a blessing in the skies. I feel like the delay is a blessing in the skies. And adjustments are required. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Page of Wands. You have the Two of Swords. And you have the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck, you have Page of Swords, Two of Wands, and Eight of Wands to the Emperor. Yeah, there's something here that you're desiring. And I feel like some of you think it's never coming in. Noticing that Two of Swords, this person is like blindfolded. I never get this feeling with the Page of Wands, but in most of the decks that I have, and I have almost 140 at this point, the Page of Wands is typically facing in the other direction, facing future. This is looking into the past. So there's something here that you're waiting for. Again, I think you're working hard. Page of Wands does hold the Ace of Wands. So I do think that you have fire or passion for whatever it is here that you're desiring. But that page is looking at the Page of Swords, like you're waiting for news, information, confirmation, you know what I mean? Communication, opportunity. And what you don't see coming is that it is coming in and you'll be very happy. There will be something to celebrate. This is a very celebratory card here in the deck that I use for you. So tell me about the Page of Wands here for Gemini. Tell me about the Page of Wands. Yeah, you keep looking back for something like, is it coming? Is it coming? I'm doing all this work. I'm putting in all of this effort. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Wands, clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. You keep believing it's not coming. And I have you here at the bottom of the deck, whether you are masculine or feminine, followed by the Empress. So you have this desire that this is not coming. And this came up in one of your other readings. And I said, I never get this feeling with the Two of Cups, but I've been getting it lately for Gemini. I think you kind of need to have maybe a face-to-face in the mirror conversation with yourself here, because you're expecting this Ten of Pentacles, whatever that chest of abundance is to you, however it resonates for you individually. But look at that Ten of Swords there. It's almost like you're killing the dream before it even has the ability to manifest itself into reality. And I think it's time to have a heart-to-heart conversation with ourselves. Again, I get this feeling like the adjustment that's required is us, where we either need to adjust our patience, or we need to adjust our hope or our faith in this manifestation. Tell me more about that Two of Swords, what Gemini does not see coming. Okay, we're going to take that. We have the Death card, so transformation is on the way. A new beginning is on its way. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Death card, you have the Tower, and you have the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck is the Sun card. Yeah, I think you can't see it now. I have a feeling your higher self knows that it's coming in, like your subconscious mind, and the High Priestess card knows it's coming in, but that's your subconscious. That is your intuition. Your mind, and the only swords we have on the table are those Ten of Swords. Your mind is what's killing it. You're allowing your thoughts, you know, negative outcomes, worst case scenarios to get the better of you. You have the Sun, you have the Magician, and you have the Four of Swords. I think if you can relax your mind, take that from the Ten of Swords down to the Four of Swords, you're going to see your manifestation roll in a lot easier. I think what's blocking your manifestation here is you thinking it's not coming in or it's taking too long. I feel like I tapped into a group of you where like you've been working really hard at whatever this is, and could be a connection for some of you, or even finding someone to connect with. But you keep feeling like because it hasn't come in yet, it's just never coming in. And I don't think that's the attitude that you're supposed to take with this. I think you're killing your dream, killing your manifestation before it has the opportunity to actually, you know, manifest itself in the 3D. Tell me more about that Three of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the King of Pentacles, you have the Sun, and you have Temperance. Shush. Shush. Whatever it is here that you're desiring, it is coming in, right? The King of Pentacles is the king of the Ten of Pentacles. That is the king of this, of his particular, I say he, there's a man on the card, but it's the energy of someone who does oversee this, does control this, does create this for themselves. So I don't think you have to worry about whatever that is, whether it's career and finance, love and romance, or something else that you're trying to call in or you've been working on. I do think it's coming in. Both cards here talk about patience. This is telling you to have patience. This one is telling you to be patient and have faith. So I think that's the adjustment here that is required. Let's get you some advice for the week ahead for Gemini. So yeah, what you want, what you're working towards, what you're investing in, what you're desiring is coming in. Don't kill it by thinking it's never coming in. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Instead of thinking about it's never coming in, sit and ponder what will life be like when it does come in. Your advice here for the week ahead. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and the Hangman. You know, what you want is coming in. Eight of Pentacles. You might have to work a little more at it. You might need to invest a little bit more of your time or patience, right? Pentacle energy moves very slow. And you're operating here from a place of fire, which is great. Again, I think you have passion or desire for whatever this is, but I just think you need to be a little bit patient of yourself. You're going to be celebrating before you know it. I also think when it comes in, you're going to, in that Hangman energy, be able to understand why it took so long for it to come in, or why it didn't immediately manifest it when you believe that it would. So hang in there, Gemini. Keep working on whatever this is. It is coming in for you this week. Try to get out of your head and practice some patience. That is what I have for you. If you like that message, resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, Gemini, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. There I go, stumbling over my words. Now you know it's not AI. I hope that you're doing well today, Cancer. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the week of March 3rd, 2026. Your angel number 601. The word on the card is new. Oops. Embrace the unknown. Some changes are coming your way. Your angels know that you are stuck in a comfort zone, so a new opportunity is on its way to bump you out of it. Yes, it will be scary and unfamiliar, but it will also be good for you. Right now, take a few centering breaths as you visualize confidence flowing into you, knowing you are capable of navigating whatever unexpected situation presents itself. I think in your reading last week, I had said, whoever this soulmate was that is on your path, or for some of you, you have already met this person, one of the lessons between you and them was they're supposed to try to get you out of a comfort zone. So this might be on par with that message, or just that similar theme of someone new or something new is coming in. And embrace the unknown here. Let's see what your message from the universe is. The reason some people have walked away from you for no reason has nothing to do with you. They have been removed from your life because the universe is taking you to the next level, next lesson, next person. Those other people have already served their purpose in your life. It's time to let them go and keep moving forward because greater is coming. Message from your spirit guides. Change. You're being asked to change a part of yourself that no longer feels like the person you're becoming. Change isn't always easy, but letting go of this outdated part of yourself will allow you to align with your true self. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you need to let go of a situation, environment, or connection. What you might need to let go of is a comfort zone. So you can change and move towards something new. Message from Archangel Michael. Don't give up on love. Card number 9. I love this with the 2 dolphins. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Again, could be with a professional, platonic, romantic connection in your life, or just a relationship that you even have with yourself. Your Moonology card. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. Change, change, new, new. And don't give up on something here. Okay. Tell me more about this here. I just saw the Three of Swords card. Two of Wands to the Three of Swords on the split. Tell me more about this here for Cancer, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I think in your last reading I had said, whatever this opportunity is, it's meant to get you to lean into your neighboring sign of Leo. One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do we have for you, my love? We have the Sun, and I just said Leo. The Three of Wands, and the Magician, bottom of the deck. Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and Nine of Swords. Look at your worry there. So there is an opportunity here. This is something you have manifested, or someone that you've manifested. So situation, environment, or connection. You've been manifesting it. You've been actively working on it. You've been pouring some pentacle energy into this. Time, love, money, commitment, talent, creativity, your beliefs, believing that it'll come in. It's here. And why are you now reluctant? Nine of Swords. You're now worried, or you're reluctant about this. I think it's because it's requiring you to get up from the table. It's meaning a comfort zone. This person is very comfortable sitting at the table. There's a cup of coffee or tea that they're having. They're looking out. This is a very comfortable place for this person, right? They have a sweatshirt on. I just feel like it's going to require you to get up from that table. And that might be what you're reluctant of. Tell me more about that Sun card. You have the King of Wands. Well, there's your fire energy. King of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. Tell me more about that Three of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Wands, clarified by strength, more Leo energy. The Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords. I'm going to be honest with you. I think you are sabotaging this opportunity for yourself. And I don't know what this is for you. Situation, environment, connection, a job you want, something you want to learn, a type of person you want to connect with, a community group, a book club, joining an organization. There's something like that. And it could even be wanting to connect with someone in respect to love and romance, whether it's a past person, strengthening your current romantic partnership, or maybe even getting out there into the world and meeting someone new. All of this internal conflict for you is causing you to pause. It's causing you to freeze. It's causing you essentially to sabotage something that you've been waiting and hoping and wishing and praying comes in. And I think for a lot of you, it has to do with this heartbreak. I think once upon a time, for you, you did take a bold, brave step. You did step into that energy of the King of Wands. I always look at the Queens in Tarot as existing in the present based upon what they experienced in the past. And the Kings take action. So at some point in time, you took action, whether it was towards this exact thing or something similar. And I feel like there's a little bit of a deja vu feeling here. Like, well, like the last time I did that, the last time I took that bold, brave step and I put some pentacle energy into something, I was left feeling, disheartened, in a state of discontentment, brokenhearted. And I think that's making you're kind of allowing your past right now to hold you back from something or someone that's literally on the offering for you. But again, it requires you to get up from that table, get up from that comfort zone. Tell me more about the Magician energy here. You have the Five of Pentacles. You have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Two of Cups. And then you have the World card. I think this is the lesson with this soulmate. I always look at the World card as the four fixed signs here in the corner. It's like, for me, the equivalent of graduating high school in the United States of America. You've learned this lesson. You are bold enough. You are brave enough. You're smart enough to know that you should never allow your past to hold you back. And yet that's exactly kind of what you're doing. Seven of Swords to Three of Swords is 10 swords. You're kind of killing your manifestation. You're abandoning your manifestation. And I don't know who this Two of Cups person is to you. The job, the friend, the community group, the love partner, a past partner. There's someone here that you're desiring to connect with. Like you're hoping and praying for a job. You're putting in the effort to find one. but then you're stopping short. And I think the example I gave you in last week's reading was, it's like you put out all your applications and resumes, you ask the universe to bring you the best job for you at this time, you're able to go on an interview, and then you kind of left it at that. And it was just an example that came through. And it's like, all right, the hours, days, and weeks are only about you. It's time to call that person. It might be out of your comfort zone to say, hello, I'm Cancer. I met with you 10 a.m. on Monday, but I'd like to know if you have considered me for the position. Do you have any other questions for me? I remember calling a job once that I really felt to God like I was underqualified for. And I called and said, I met with you, whatever it was, last Thursday, last Friday. And I just wanted to know if I should show up for work on Monday. I was very King of Wands. I was very bold and brave because, but I did it in a very tongue-in-cheek way. Like, should I prepare to come into work on Monday? And she laughed on the phone. She said, hold on, give me a second. She got back on the phone. She said, yeah, you know what? Why don't you come in? We'll do a trial for a week and see. And I ended up being there for about a year and a half, and I liked it. I'd never worked in the cosmetic industry before. It was working in product management. So I liked it. I wasn't like a scientist in the lab kind of thing, but it was neat. I gained exposure that I never had before. And I took a gamble by calling and again, being a little tongue in cheek and saying, should I get ready to come to work on Monday? And she was like, yeah, you know what? Why don't you do that? So it could be something like that. Or again, maybe you went out on a date with someone, you hit it off, and now the next day you're not calling them. I think this soulmate was meant to get you out of your comfort zone and get you to pick up the phone to make the call. Do you know what I mean? That's the feeling that I get here. Can we get 3 cards of advice here? Because I think once you do that, once you take that step out of your comfort zone, expect powerful change. Like this ends up going in your favor. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice, Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the Queen of Cups, bottom of the deck, 7 of Cups. Go for this. Don't just sit there in the state of wishful thinking. If they want me, they'll call me. If it's meant to be, they'll call me. If he or she is interested, they'll call me. No, I think what you don't see coming is you get exactly what you want, Cancer, the moment you take the lead to nurture and pour some pentacle resources into whatever this is. Again, it might require you to pick up the call or have an uncomfortable conversation or maybe even ask someone out on a date. I mean, I could be speaking to a Cancer where you are interested in someone, but you're waiting for them to come to you. And that's all well and good. We hear a lot of tarot readers say, well, if you're an Emperor, Empress energy, then you attract, or especially if you're Empress energy, whether you're masculine or feminine, you attract. But Emperor, Emperors also conquer. They also know what it is, that they want. And an Empress doesn't just sit back historically and just expect people to come to her. She knows when she wants a land. She can be very strategic. And look at the monarchs in UK history, in England's history. I mean, some of the most fierce, boldest, bravest ones were the ones that didn't wait for anyone to come to them. They went out and attempted to conquer the world, right? So I would just say to be bold and brave with this. And I think if you just nurture it a little bit or get a little bit out of your comfort zone, you're going to end up getting the exact result that you want here. That is what I have for you, my dear. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope that you're well. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the week of March 8th. Can't believe we're already on March 8th. March 8th, 2026. Your angel number 401, Revive. It's your time to shine. Your angels need you to know that the light is shining on you now. It's time to take that chance, speak up for yourself, and go for that thing that you've been wanting to do but haven't yet. You have a window of opportunity, and your angels are giving you the go-ahead to put some effort forth to get this done. Right now, take a power walk, sing your favorite song, or have a solo dance party. Get the energy moving immediately to take things to the next level. I really hope my mic is on. Okay, it is. Okay. Message from the universe. Release old doubts and fears. You are currently undergoing changes that are necessary for your highest good. They are changes that have been long awaited. Leave the past where it belongs, in the past. Trust that everything will fall into place for you in divine timing. Message from your spirit guides. Check in. When you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in with how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier, excited or filled with dread? Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. Message from Archangel Michael. All is in perfect timing. Card number 1. This is it. It's time to take action now, and I will be here to help you every step of the way. Your Moonology card here for the week, my dear. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Take action now. Time to take action. Check in with yourself. Trust that everything will fall into place for you. And get the energy moving immediately to take things to the next level. Okay. There's something here I think you put on the back burner. Something you wanted to learn, do, see, visit, travel to. I don't know what it is for you. Some dream you've had in your heart. And I think you put it on the back burner. I kind of think it's on the shelf collecting dust. Time to take action and revive it. Time to bring it back to life. Tell me more about this here for the Leo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Lovers, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Nine of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you have Knight of Cups, Four of Wands, and Four of Cups. I kind of think you're leaving this on the shelf here. Now, you have the choice to do that, right? You have the divine gift of free will. It's like every time you consider doing this, I don't know, why are you allowing these doubts, fears, insecurities to get the better of you? Tell me more about this. Tell me more about what this is here. What does Leo need to revive here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Now, all is in perfect timing always reminds me of the Ace of Pentacles from the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, because you see the Ace of Pentacles kind of being given to you sort of like with the hand of God or hand of the universe. And then in the distance, there's like that archway. And this is like something that you really want. It's solid. This is not some lofty dream that, you know, can't be real. You have the ability to make this a reality, and yet you're not doing that. You have the Four of Swords. You're sitting on this, King of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Look at all this mental conflict. Two of Cups, Eight of Cups, Knight of Swords. You're not taking action on whatever this is. Again, this dream, wish, goal, desire, something you want to learn, something you want to do, something you want to travel for, you know, or travel to. I kind of think you're sitting on your laurels here. And I think it's you're letting your mind take control here. Tell me more about that Queen of Cups energy. I think you're looking back into the past, and I think you're allowing a past failure or defeat here to block you from moving forward. Too many. Can I get 3 cards on that Queen of Cups? Ace of Swords. Everything I said is the truth. Because the Queen is looking back here. And it's like the last time I invested in something, it fell apart, or there was chaos, or there was conflict, or manipulation, or betrayal, or I was an option, or I was not the chosen one, or my heart was broken because I have the Four of Swords and what precedes as the Three of Swords. So where it says release old doubts and fears, yeah, because this Queen of Cups is looking at this. So, you know, I don't know, the last time I wanted to learn, you know, the guitar, I didn't. The last time I wanted to learn tarot, I got a few cards in and I stopped doing it. The last time I tried launching a business, it failed. The last time I tried learning some new app or program, you know, I was not successful with it, or I didn't pass a course. Or the last time I fell in love, I had my heart broken. There's something here you're desiring and you're not fully moving into it, which is interesting because the Cancer message was sort of similar. And I said to them, you need to lean into your neighboring sign of Leo and get a little fire, get a little courage there and move towards whomever this is. And yet here you are not leaning into that beautiful fire energy that you have. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Knight of Pentacles and you have the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, you have Page of Cups. You're going to have to put some work into this, into reviving this dream, making it a reality. Again, there's something here about, one, I do think you need a practical plan here with that Knight of Pentacles. You can't just say, I'm going to learn blank. I think you need to develop some kind of schedule or plan to learn blank. Or, again, maybe look up some courses. If you're interested in building or creating a romantic partnership, then you're going to have to put yourself out there, whether that's out in the 3D world or on some dating app or website or profile. But with a practical plan and a little effort on your part, this you can revive this dream. Like, you are successful. The Knight of Pentacles is no slouch. And I'm the first to say it is the slowest night, but it's also the only one that gets to the Ten of Pentacles. And with a little bit of effort, you end up getting what you want. Nine of Swords. I would get out of your head on this one. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of that Queen of Swords. I think you kind of have to have a conversation here with yourself. Because you have a window of opportunity here. Window of opportunity. The Revive card says window of opportunity. Here's your opportunity. Eight of Pentacles to the Nine. If you create that path or plan, the Knight of Pentacles holds one pentacle. So if you create the path, plan, strategy, you put some effort into it, you get to the Nine of Pentacles. So you get your desired outcome. Ten of Wands sometimes could be you have to put some hard work into something. Or again, put in the effort. But it's worth it in the end. If not, this dream of yours is just going to sit. You're going to abandon it. You're going to ghost it. It's never going to become a reality. And I think it might very well be a missed opportunity here for you. So again, I don't know what it is that you want to learn, launch, do, create, expand, or get back into. But I feel like now is the time for you to do it. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Now is the time to take action. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice. 5 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. Your victory is not in your past. Even in the 5 of Cups card, you're looking to the past. And that's not where your victory is. Your victory comes from you, Queen of Pentacles, nurturing this dream, wish, or goal that you have. Like I said, to learn it, to launch it, to do it, to expand it, to connect with it. If you do that, you actually change the trajectory of your life. There's a reason for celebration. The 4 of Wands card for me is the 1111 card. I see it as a portal card, meaning we get to change the timeline of our life. That means that the decision that you make now to take action on this and to put in the effort literally changes the trajectory of your life. And you have the ability to do that here this week. So this is your moment. Again, whatever you wanted to see, learn, do, launch, or maybe even connect with in terms of romance, this is a week for you to start doing it, or at least create the practical plan and that Knight of Pentacles energy to move towards it. But this is definitely your time to shine. I wouldn't let this dream sit on the shelf there. That is what I have for you, Leo, for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, good luck with this. Make sure you do it, okay? And drop some feedback in the comments below. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace. Hello, Virgo, my mercurial cousins. I hope that you're well and the retrograde is treating you kindly. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the week of March 8th, 2026. Angel number 333, beautiful. Equilibrium. Nurture the mind, body, and spirit connection. Your angels are asking you to balance yourself. What area of your life feels out of alignment at this time? Get a meditation practice going. Embark on a workout routine. Or finally start that vision board that you've been procrastinating on. It's so interesting because we just ordered a new vision board for us, and I got a vision book for him, for couples, and for myself. And we said we were going to split the board up kind of into 3 sections, what he wants, what I want, and then in the middle, what we both want to work towards as a couple. So maybe for some of you, that's a sign. Time to get a vision board. Your angels want you to look at the areas of your life that are not fully rounded out and self-correct. Message from the universe. You are safe and you are protected. The worst is behind you. You are ready to move beyond the challenges that were set out for you. Lessons have been learned, and it is safe for you to trust your path again. Message from your spirit guides. Give. One of the best feelings we can experience is to give to another. When we do so, we feel lifted up, and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way you can give to another today. I also think you need to give to yourself because you're off balance right now or out of alignment. And it doesn't mean in every area or aspect of your life, but with one thing for each of you, you're out of alignment. Let's see what this is all about. Message from Archangel Michael. Get your power back. Aha, card number 13. You have forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine. So take back your power. I'll add damn it after that, damn it. And have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon is your moonology card here for the week. So clearly you've been going through a difficult time, right? You're going through a difficult time. I feel like the challenges are behind you. You might not see it that way. You're ruled by Mercury, as am I, as a Gemini. So you might still be replaying something in your mind over and over again. It could be those negative thoughts that are actually throwing you out of alignment. Like you keep reliving the same thing. And it was funny. I was journaling the other day and I found myself doing that. I had a conversation with him. He said something. I probably should have addressed it in that moment and get clarity, and I didn't. And of course, we're in retrograde. I'm a Gemini, like you, ruled by Mercury. And the monkey mind started going. And I started thinking, well, what did he mean by that? Well, maybe he meant this. Maybe he meant... I went down that rabbit hole. Eight of swords, 9 of swords, 10 of swords, like all the worst case scenarios. And then I was like, wait a minute. And I started journaling about it. And I thought to myself, while I was journaling, I'm like, the only one who's taking this out of context right now is me. The only one who's misinterpreting what he said is me. And then I thought to myself, and I like journaling by hand. So what I started to do is, and the realization I had, I've probably thought about it at that point in time, probably 100 different ways from now till Sunday, right? In every direction. If I had to have written out all those thoughts, my hand would have fell off. And I was like, you know what? If it's not worth, or if I don't have the ability to write that concern out over and over and over again 1,000 times, I shouldn't think it 1,000 times either. Because every time you're thinking about whatever this is, you're making it worse for yourself because you're replaying it. And I almost think that your mind starts altering it or changing it. You know what I mean? Like making it worse. Tell me more about this here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I think you need to get your power back from your mind. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yep, Lovers, Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Bottom of the deck, you have Page of Swords. Tell me about the Lovers card. The choice here that you can make. See something clearly instead of in a fog or in a haze, or replaying it over and over again. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Lovers is clarified by 2 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Wands. I feel like you're replaying a conversation here, or something that transpired between you and someone else. Tell me more about this here for Virgo. Tell me why that Queen of Swords is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. 3 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and Judgment. Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You're reliving this over and over again. It's like you're breaking your heart over and over and over again. Why did they do this? Why did they say this? Again, it's just replaying it. And I don't know what this is about. It's a collective general reading. But I have 2 swords and 3 swords is 5 swords. And I tend to think it was something that someone said to you, or maybe you feel manipulated by someone or lied to. That's possible with the 5 of Swords. I mean, whatever this person did or these people did, it's clear that you're replaying it over and over again. And you're investing a lot of time in that 6 of Pentacles, playing it over and over again. And I kind of feel like you're breaking your own heart. I know the Queen of Swords is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I think you need to lean into the Queen of Swords. I got to be honest with you. I know that you like when I'm a bit of a no bullshit kind of reader. I think you got to tell yourself, stop doing this to yourself. I think you have to give yourself some grace with that give card. Give yourself some grace. Maybe some grace to this person or people. Don't come at me in the comments. Do it for you, not for them. That doesn't mean you call them and say, thanks for effing me over. But to yourself. Tell me more about the 10 of Cups, because I kind of feel like you're not 100% emotionally fulfilled at this time because of what this person or these people said to you. One more shuffle. Thank you. So now this is becoming a block to your happiness. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Justice. I think you're missing an opportunity here, Virgo. This came up in one of your readings where I don't know if this is being done purposefully to you. That was a separate reading. The other reading that I did for you was you had someone in your energy or a group of people that were trying to get in your ear, get in your head, or creating conflict for you. And their intended purpose was really to try to hold you back from financial opportunity, or from financial abundance, or from a particular relationship in your life working out. But this is a different message here. This is, you are so much in your head that there's an opportunity that you're not seeing. Your head is in your hands here. The universe is trying to give you an opportunity, something that you've wanted, and you can't even focus enough to see it or to create it for yourself, because you're in the Nine of Swords, like I was, last week, in that monkey mind, thinking about something that a person or a group of people did to you. What the heck was this? What was this? Two of Swords to that Three of Swords is Five Swords. Argument, cutting words, manipulation. One more shuffle. Thank you. What was this? Ten of Wands, King of Cups, and the Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. Somebody or something did something to you. Okay, only take this if it resonates, okay? I feel like you were about to do something. You were about to do something or make a decision or move in a particular direction. This was something that you had pride in or your heart was invested in. And then it's like someone or a group of people came along and did something, and it became an emotional burden. It's like you almost could not enjoy. What was this? You were going to go towards something or do something in that Page of Wands. That's a minor arcana card to the Fool card. So you're about to discover something, learn something, move in a particular direction. And then someone came along, or like I said, a group of people came along, did something or said something, kind of like deflated you. And created an emotional burden for you. One more shuffle. Thank you. Also made it difficult for you to achieve whatever it was here that you were desiring. Tower. Seven of Swords. Oof. Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. Yeah, I don't know what this person or people did to you. I think it came out of the blue. It's interesting. I get the feeling here, like even if you were expecting it, or like your intuition was trying to tell you, you didn't believe it, or you didn't believe it would be this bad, or you didn't think that they would get this low. And Seven of Swords this is deception. And this is almost like in that Four of Pentacles, like you thought you were safe or you thought you would be okay. So it ended up being worse. Whatever they did or said ended up being worse than what you thought they would do or say. I think you feel like an innocent victim here. Yeah, you were about to do something, learn something, move forward, connect with someone. Your heart was open in a particular direction. And someone or a group of people came. It's almost like when you weren't looking. I think you feel very much stabbed in the back. I now have 10 swords here. So I think you feel betrayed or stabbed in the back. Again, I think part of you was expecting this, but maybe not to this degree. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. I think what you need to do this week, I'm not telling you to ignore this. I'm not telling you what they did is right. I think in one of your readings, I said the person or people did this to you are getting their karma this year. I think that came out in your reading. I said in the year of the fire horse. So I think for this week, nurture the mind, body, and spirit. If you can go for a walk, I don't know where you live in the world, that could be something that you can do. Meditation, a workout, make sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure you're staying hydrated, eat, take care of yourself this week. You are safe, you are protected, okay? The worst is over. Give yourself some love. Get your power back. Right now, your beautiful mercurial mind, I almost want to say, is being wasted or occupied by thinking of this over and over again, like that damn hamster on the wheel. And I would instead turn towards this Ace of Pentacles. Tell me more about that Ace of Pentacles. Get back to making money. Get back to your stability. You know what I mean? Ace of Pentacles. Get back to your long-term goals. Get back to creating wealth for yourself. Tell me more about that Ace of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Devil. the Star, and the Ace of Wands. I actually like this for you. Every card in tarot has a negative and a positive attribute. And it's very easy to look at the Devil card and say, oh my God, it's automatically negative. But it's not. It's Saturn and Capricorn. That's the Devil card. That's the astrological placement. And Father Saturn can do one or two things. If you don't do the work, if you haven't learned the lesson, you're going to have to repeat it over again. And that goes for all of us, not just you. You're not being punished. All of us. I can't tell you how many times I did the same fucking lesson with people over and over again. And different people, same lesson, right? But Father Saturn will also give you a gift, will give you a reward if you do the work. Capricorn, very much higher vibrational Capricorn is doing the work. That's your sister or brother Earth sign. So there is something here about being committed and doing the work towards this Ace of Pentacles. Stop allowing this to detract you or distract you. Because start to the Ace of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles, there's something really good that's trying to come in. But it's going to require your attention and your dedication. And you can't give it full attention or full dedication if you are consciously and subconsciously thinking about what that person or those people did to you. Again, I'm not saying what they did is right. I'm not telling you to forgive them. But I think you need to give to yourself this week in terms of nurturing yourself, balancing yourself out. But you also need to give to this dream because you're getting sidetracked here. And they have essentially not just robbed this opportunity or tarnished this opportunity for you. They're now affecting the next one. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice. 8 of Pentacles. Get back to work. 9 of Cups. On your wish fulfillment. Starts at 9 of Cups is huge. It's so powerful. High Priestess. Bottom of the deck. Knight of Swords. Yeah. I think you need to get grounded this week and take care of yourself. Because sometimes the High Priestess could talk about our subconscious. And I think this will ease your worry here of the subconscious. If you redirect your focus and your energy towards this Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands and start putting in the effort. Because 9 of Cups, the Devil, and the Star card is actually really beautiful energy. It's Father Saturn saying that if you put in the effort, your wish comes true. And that is wish fulfillment, whatever that is for you. So get your power back from this person or these people. I think they took enough from you, Virgo. Don't let them take this next opportunity that's trying to come in also. That is what I have for you for the week ahead. If you like that message, resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, my love, I'm wishing you good luck with this. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace. Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope that you're well. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the week of March 8th, 2026. 662 is your angel number. Big picture. Make choices that reflect the main goal. Your angels ask that instead of focusing on the little things that can distract you and create negativity, you shift your focus to the big picture. Your angels remind you that when you keep that image in mind, each choice you make will be in favor of what you ultimately want. Reflect upon your main goal right now. Write it on a piece of paper and put that paper somewhere that you will see it constantly, such as the bathroom mirror. Message from the universe. Comparing yourself to others keeps you stuck in a cycle of guilt and shame and continues to separate you from your blessings. It keeps you small. Understand that everyone has their own journey, which always unfolds in divine timing, and your time will come. Message from your spirit guides. Surrender. You're being asked to let go of your need to control every part of your life and surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion, and it's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Let it go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so. Message from Archangel Michael. Yes, you are correct. Card number 38. You have listened to your inner guidance and you have made a wise choice. Keep moving forward. And your Moonology card here for the week. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Tell me more about this here, this main goal for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Tell me more about the big picture, the main goal. Their time will come, surrendering. Keep moving forward and balancing spirituality and practicality. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Emperor. We have the Six of Swords. Keep moving forward. Page of Wands. Keep moving forward. The Page of Wands is a card of discovery. It's basically gathering all the intel or information that you need before you can take that leap of faith in the Fool card energy. Bottom of the deck, you have Three of Cups, you have Queen of Cups, and you have the Four of Pentacles. Tell me about the Emperor here. This would be you stepping into the role of the Emperor. Taking control of your thoughts, taking control of your life. The Fool. I just said, it's a minor arcana card to the Fool card. Taking control of your life, of this new chapter. The Moon, full moon in Pisces, and that Three of Wands. Keep moving forward. Three of Wands is a card of movement. And depending on what cards come out when we clarify, sometimes the Three of Wands is a card of waiting. But in this respect for you, it's a card of movement. This is the Sun in Aries, astrologically speaking. There's something here about you having maybe some doubts, fears, anxieties, a little bit of trepidation or worry in that Moon card. It's like, I would like to take the leap of faith. I would like to move in this direction, but I'm not quite sure if I can do it. Tell me more about that Moon card, Moon energy there. Tell me more. Why is the Moon card here? Thank you. The Moon card is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So there's that worry. There's that, all of those, that mental gymnastics that you're doing. Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Six of Cups. This has something to do with your past. Moving on from a situation, environment, connection, thought process, pattern, a trait here that you have. There's worry and concern about what will life be like when I move on from this. If I no longer eat this, or no longer engage with whatever this is, or I change this job, maybe I change industries altogether. I think you know what you want. Yes, you are correct. You've listened to your inner guidance. You've made a wise choice. You do want to move forward. Six of Swords is a card of moving forward. Page of Wands is acquiring the information before taking that leap forward. You have the Fool. You have the Three of Wands. You have all cards of movement. Even the Emperor is a card of movement. You know, the Emperor sits on their throne, but if you ever looked at like the original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, even though the Emperor is wearing this like red robe or red velour kind of covering, if you look underneath, like towards their knees or even at, like, their elbows, you can see the armor. So they're ready to go. They're battle ready. And I just feel like the only thing getting in your way right now are some doubts, fears, or anxieties about something tied to the past. Either it's difficult to give something up or someone up, or like I said, maybe even a way of life for some of you. But you made the right decision when you decided to do this. When you said, I don't want to live this way anymore, I don't want to be here anymore, that was the right decision. I think you need to surrender these negative thoughts that you're having. Tell me more about the Six of Swords here for Libra. I think you're so close. One more shuffle here. Thank you. And the Emperor does see the big picture. Six of Swords, clarified here by the Five of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. I don't think this is going to be entirely easy for you to move on from. You know, to give up sweets, to quit smoking, you know what I mean? To leave a person or change jobs or maybe go back to school. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be easy. Two of Pentacles talks about time management sometimes, and that Three of Pentacles is needing to put in the effort, needing to put in the work. But if you do that, that Ace of Wands is there for you, and that's what the page is holding. So something new, a new beginning, a new cycle here in your life, a new creative endeavor or project, or maybe even, like I said, a new way of living. It could be a healthier way of living for some of you. It could be in regards to a new partnership that you want to move towards. But that Five of Swords, again, swords ruling not just communication of the words we speak, but also of the words we speak to ourselves, not just the words we speak to others. And I think the only thing stopping you from moving forward are the doubts, fears, and insecurities in your mind. Tell me about the Page of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. I was going to say take it slow. Five of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. I think your best bet right now is to take it slow. So let's use smoking as an example. You want to quit smoking. And I don't know, maybe you've been a smoker for 20 years. And you're like, I'd love to quit today, right? It'd be better for my health. I'd save money. But there's something here of like doubts, fears, and anxieties. I don't know. Last time, Six of Cups, in the past, I tried to quit. You know, it lasted a week or it lasted a year and I went right back. Or I don't know if I'm ready. I'm experiencing a lot of stress in my life. And, you know, maybe sometimes smokers look to smoking as something that relieves their stress or calms them down in the moment. And there could be like, I don't know if I'm ready to do that. Then take a slow approach. Knight of Pentacles. You know, is there nicotine gum you can use, or nicotine patches? I was just looking up nicotine patches actually online. I saw an interview with someone, and he had said he had an addiction to nicotine. And it's not that he got over it. He just decided to substitute smoking the cigarettes for the nicotine patches. They're pouches, I'm sorry, pouches that you put in your mouth. So I would just explore in that Page of Wands, explore a practical way for you to be able to slowly make incremental progress towards this dream, wish, or goal. I could be speaking to some of you where maybe you want to go back to school. There's something you want to learn. Maybe you want to get your GED because you never finished high school. It could be overwhelming. You know, well, the last time I tried, I dropped out of high school, or I failed, or, you know, I was never able to graduate. But create a practical plan here for yourself. And with small incremental progress and putting in some effort, you will achieve your goal here. Don't block this, whatever this is. I mean, clearly at some point in time, you saw this as something that you want to go after, or you want to do, or you want to move towards. So now that you're so close to doing it, don't allow your mind or past experience to block you from it. So yeah, I would Page of Wands to Knight of Pentacles. That's Virgo energy. That's your neighboring sign of Virgo. So maybe lean a little bit into Virgo. Create the path. Create the plan. Do the research. The Knight of Pentacles is no slouch. It's the only knight in tarot that makes it to the Ten of Pentacles. And makes it efficiently, methodically, and very smartly. There's no rush. So take your time with whatever this is. I do think you end up... you do end up achieving this goal here, which just fell out of the deck. The Knight of Wands. So once you create the path, plan, structure, you do the research, then it's like go time. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. But you're going to need to take the inspired action of that Knight of Wands to do this. You then have the Seven of Wands and you have the Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Four of Cups. I almost feel like you have to tell yourself, this is my moment. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to allow it to overwhelm me. I understand that everyone has their own journey. Again, using smoking as an example. Maybe you know people that, you know, they quit cold turkey. I remember my dad, when I was younger, was a smoker. He went out, bought a carton of cigarettes, and he put it in the freezer. That was his mental way to deal with the anxiety of quitting. He thought, well, if I ever wanted to, I could open up the freezer and there's an entire carton, a whole 10 pack sitting there waiting for me. If I really wanted a cigarette, I'd have to take it out, leave it on the table, and let it defrost until I could have one. But he mentally needed to see that there was a pack there. So I don't know if this is a cigarette thing for you, and I'm just using that as an example. Buy a pack of cigarettes and put it in the freezer to see if what my dad did, it worked for him. I mean, he's never touched a cigarette again, and it's probably been about 30 years now for him. So maybe that's something that'll work for you. But I think if you create this practical plan, but you got to take action to create it, then stand your ground and say, I'm sticking to this. I think you end up getting exactly what it is that you want. Closing message here for Libra. So look at the bigger picture. Try to find a new way how to do this. Be practical with yourself. You are right to want this or move on from this. Don't compare yourself to others. Other people got there faster or did it easier. You don't know their challenges. You don't know their journey. Focus on yourself. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Closing message. Page of Swords, the acquisition of knowledge, information. Knight of Cups, and you have two things here. Ten of Swords to the Death card. Yeah, this is going to transform your life. Absolutely. It's going to either improve your health. I love the Ten of Swords card. A lot of tarot readers are afraid when they see it. I'm not. Death to the Ten of Swords tells me whatever it is that you want to walk away from, move on from. I think it's something that you're moving on. Situation, environment, connection, or like I said, a pattern or habit within yourself. If you can take the inspired action, open up your heart, love yourself enough to do this, you're balancing spirituality. Knight of Cups, most spiritual knight in tarot. Knight of Pentacles, most practical knight in tarot. If you can balance those two out, open up your heart to this. I want to do this. For love of self, I want to do this. I want to be practical, create the plan, take the inspired action, get all the information I need. Page of Wands, Page of Swords. I think you end up quitting or moving away from whomever or whatever this is. Absolutely. So that is what I have for you. So I know I just threw a lot of messages there at you. For this week, I would just work on creating the practical plan. And the best way for you to do that is to just start acquiring the information you need in order to create your plan. I think step one, if you can accomplish step one this week, which is the acquisition of information, It's going to make step 2, creating the plan, a lot easier for you, and it won't feel so overwhelming. I think some of you are trying to do this all at once, and yeah, that very well could be a overload for you. I mean, at the end of the day, you are an air sign, so I just think taking some practical steps, again, acquire the information this week, and then next week you can work on creating the plan, and from there you can just start to move forward incrementally, and you will be successful with whatever this is. That is what I have for you, Libra. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's see what your angel messages are for the week of March 8th, 2026. All right, Moon babies. 666 is your angel number, and it says personal responsibility. It's time to reflect. This number can have very negative connotations to some people, but from your angels, it's actually a powerful reminder to stop focusing on the material world so much. It's a strong message from your angels to take personal responsibility in your own life and ask yourself in all areas, what do I need to do differently? And then sit quietly and reflect on that question. Message from the universe. Prioritize self-healing right now. Put your needs above others for once. It's time to focus on you. Self-healing takes time and a lot of self-love. Remember, old wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier with yourself. There is no rush. Message from your spirit guides. Reassess. You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy and who and what doesn't. It's time for some life cleanup. So time to reflect. Time to clean something up. Put yourself first. Message from Archangel Michael. You're ready for more. Card number 40. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. It doesn't have to be career. It's a general collective reading. So this could be your partnerships are growing and blossoming, or just your life is growing and blossoming. And your Moonology card here. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Okay. Time to reflect on something. We have the Emperor here at the bottom of the deck. Taking control would be the Emperor. So you're ready for more. Time for you to bring love into a particular situation, even if that just means love for yourself. Okay, tell me more about this here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about reflecting, prioritizing self-healing, reassessing, being ready for more, and bringing love into the situation for my Moon babies? One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Six of Wands, you have the Two of Swords, and you have the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you have the Fool. Tell me about these. Six of Wands. This is victory. This is success. This is wanting more. This is structure and stability. And then you have the Two of Swords. Six of Wands. Tell me why the Six of Wands is here. Six of Wands is clarified by the Hermit, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. So there's something, situation, environment, or connection here in your life that you really do want to be victorious with. I heard win. You want to win. You want to win at this, or you want to be successful with this. But you're having a difficult time doing that. You're wondering if you should give up on it. Five of Swords, the Five of Cups to the Hermit. It's like you're going with it and saying, do I want to continue doing this? Do I want to continue moving towards this, creating this? Is this victory even possible with whomever or whatever this is? Seven of Swords, Temperance, and the World card. Or should I just give up on it altogether? Two of Swords. Tell me why the Two of Swords is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Swords is clarified by Three of Swords, Eight of Wands, and the Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you have the Hierophant. So, fairly interesting. So you have a situation, environment, or connection here in your life that you want to move towards, you want to be victorious with. However, you don't believe it's possible, or you're starting to doubt the ability to be successful with whatever or whomever this is. However, at the same time, if you don't move forward with it, it's like you'll feel like you're breaking your own heart. If I Two of Swords, I sit in this place of indifference or indecision, and I don't move towards this. I don't continue investing in whatever this is. then I'll be breaking my own heart. So you love the idea of whatever that Six of Wands represents to you, whatever it is here you want to be victorious with. But because you're not able to achieve it right now, or it's difficult to achieve it right now, you feel like walking away, but the thought of walking away breaks your own heart. Tell me about that Four of Wands. Tell me about the Four of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Four of Wands clarified by the Moon, the Magician, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. I think you're having a difficult time as of late tapping into your intuition. Whatever the situation, environment, or connection is here, you see it that if I were able to obtain it or create it in my life, I would be very happy. It would probably change the trajectory of my life. It would change my future for the better. I would feel very victorious with this. I feel like I'm speaking like you, and I'm willing to put in the hard work. Six of Wands, Four of Wands is 10 Wands. Sometimes the 10 of Wands talks about putting in the effort, putting in the hard work. And you're like, I would put in all the hard work. Absolutely. If I thought I would get the outcome that I'm desiring, but I don't know if I'm going to get the outcome. But the thought of walking away from whatever this is breaks my heart at the same time. So you're not sure here if this manifestation of yours, you don't know if you want to continue investing in it or move on from it. And I think it's a very emotional decision for you with that Three of Swords to the Moon. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The World card, Temperance, and that Seven of Swords shows itself again, and the Fool. How about you do nothing? Instead of moving forward with whatever this is, instead of completely rejecting it and breaking your own heart because you think that maybe you're making a decision out of emotion or you don't have all the facts or something like that, we're in Mercury retrograde right now. We will be for some time to come. How about right now, unless it's pressing, right? Unless this is like a health related thing and I don't do health readings, obviously then I'm not telling you to like delay, delay surgery or medical care or anything like that. But if it's not that type of level of pressing emergency thing, why do anything? Why not? I would wait till after the retrograde. Why create an ending that you're then going to feel regretful over? So like, why even do that to yourself? So maybe what you need to do for the time being, take some personal responsibility and say, I'm not going to make a decision right now, whether I stay or whether I go. I'm going to ask myself, do I really want to do this? Do I want to continue doing this? And I'm just going to sit and meditate on it. But I'm not going to make a decision. I'm going to prioritize myself. I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to reassess this at a later time. Yeah, I think you're growing and blossoming. Absolutely. And I think you need to bring love into the situation, love for yourself by saying, time out here. I'm not going to say yes or no to ending this or starting this or continuing this. Again, unless this is like a job that, you have a job opportunity and they need an answer by tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Don't be like, hey, I watched a collective tarot reading and they told me to wait till after Mercury retrograde to tell you if I want to take the job or not. I'm not talking about anything that would impact you this way. And I'm not telling you to stay if this is a relationship-based reading and it's abusive in nature. I'm certainly not telling you to stay in an abusive relationship. But if there's any other decision here that you have to make, let me see if I can give you an example. Let's say you have a friend here. You have a friend here in your life and you're like, I'm really willing to show up as a best friend to this person. I'm willing to put in the effort. I'll be there for them at 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning if they need a couch moved. But I'm not sure that's possible with this person. I don't know if this person is looking at me the way I'm looking at them. I don't know if they're looking for that kind of soul level platonic friendship connection. But I really like this person. And the thought of like never talking to them again breaks my heart because I like this person in my life. So how about you not do anything? How about you not give any more and you not give any less? How about you not make a decision about whether or not you're going to end the friendship or not? I would wait till after the retrograde. I think this is a connection-based reading for you with that Three of Swords, the Lover's card. But even if it's work-related, again, provided it's not a hostile work environment that's replete with abuse, If you're just not sure if you want to stay or go or look for another job, how about not do anything? Just coast it out. It's another week or two. Maybe then you'll be clearer minded and you can reassess better whether or not you want to stay at that job or find another job. Yeah, I think your personal responsibility here is in doing nothing. And I know that's hard for me to tell you because you're a fixed sign. And when you put your mind to something, you're very dedicated. Your opposite sign is Taurus. So, I mean, you typically go all in when you want something. It's why you're the death card. You're like, oh, I could end that, transform that, I could do that. And you go deep on your emotions. So when you feel the desire to do something or to want something or be victorious with something, it's all wrapped up within every beautiful, passionate part of you. So how about do nothing right now? That would be my advice if this was my reading. I would wait till after the retrograde. Anything else Scorpio needs to know about this? One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have Justice, you have the Five of Pentacles, and you have the Ace of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. I wouldn't do anything right now. I wouldn't stay and I wouldn't go. Like I would just keep things even keel right now. Justice can talk about balance. Five of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Until you know for sure that you truly want to walk away and you can do it with a clear conscience, or you want to renew something or go after something new. Like I said, this could be leaving one job for a new job, leaving singlehood to try to go out there and find a long-term committed partnership. If you're not sure you're ready or you're really not sure what your feelings are, again, as long as it's not a pressing, abusive, or health-related issue, I wouldn't do anything right now. I would sit back and see what happens by the end of March. I would reassess last week of March, maybe even the first week in April. I would really even get out of post-shadow energy. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Your advice. You have the Ten of Cups, you have the Empress, and you have the Page of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you have the King of Swords. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I would prioritize self-healing. I would find some new, fun, exciting things to learn, to do, to explore, to acquire information on. I would focus on nurturing yourself in the Empress energy, being happy, investing in situations, environments, or connections that make you happy. And I would keep things in that Page of Swords very lighthearted right now. I wouldn't assess anything until after the retrograde. I think right now what you need to do is just reflect. This number can have negative connotations to some, but from your angels, it's actually a powerful reminder to stop. So I think that was the first thing that came through to me was like, just stop focusing on this so much. Do I stay? Do I go? What do you need to do differently? Maybe do nothing. I think that's your answer right now. And after the retrograde, you can sit down and you can reassess and see how you feel then. That's what I have for you. I hope that was helpful. And then you'll be clear-minded in that King of Swords energy. Then you'll be able to make the best decision for yourself moving forward. For the next week or two, just focus on healing yourself. Like I said, engage in things that make you happy, whatever they are, however small or great they are. I'm certainly not telling you to go into debt to do anything, but I would just focus on your own happiness right now. And then in a week or two, actually, I'm going to be honest with you, I would probably wait 3 weeks. Looking at the calendar, I would wait 3 weeks and then I would assess the situation at that time. That is what I have for you. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, my moon babies, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Sagittarius. You're quickly becoming one of my favorite signs to read for. So let's see what your angel messages are for the week of March 8th. 2026. Your angel number 701, angelic company. You are being protected. Your angels see the struggle you are undergoing presently, and they want you to feel their loving presence supporting you. Call upon them to show themselves to you in signs and messages today, and in the love and compassion of those around you. Ask them to show you their love now, and believe it when you see it. Message from the universe. What is meant for you will never pass you by. You will never have to force something that is truly meant to be. Trust in the perfection of divine timing and allow your life to unfold as it should. Whatever comes, let it come. And whatever goes, let it go. So you're being protected from something here, even though it might not feel like protection in the moment. Message from your spirit guides, fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. Yeah, something's exiting your life, has been for quite some time. situation, environment, connection. Could be a pattern even within yourself or some habit that you want to quit or give up on. I think you're being protected. There's a reason why that wasn't supposed to work out, or you weren't supposed to continue engaging in it. Message from Archangel Michael. Don't settle for less. Maybe that's what you were doing. Card number 10. You are a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. Have the initials A and M on the card. That might be relevant for someone watching. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo is your moonology card. Okay. Tell me more about this here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. You are being protected. Whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. You're being given a fresh start. Don't settle for less this time around. I think you settled for less before. Confidence will be your key to success when it comes to this new start, new chapter, new cycle here in your life. Tell me more about this here for the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Two of Swords. You have the Five of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Pentacles. There's your new beginning. Here's your fresh start. I think you can't see it now, but this would have never, Two of Swords to the Five of Pentacles. It's like this would have never taken you where you needed to go. Tell me more about that Two of Swords. I think you can't see it now. And I think some of you are wondering, and again, it's a very specific message, so don't take it if it's not yours. But someone's watching thinking, I could have did things differently. I should have said something. I should have did something. It's almost like if I could go back in time, I would do something differently. I don't think you could have done anything differently. I don't think this was supposed to play out long term for you. Because if it was supposed to, it would have. I think you were protected from whatever this was. That's why it had to close out or had to get to a point where you walked out on it or something like that. Tell me about the Two of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Because in the deck I used for you, the Two of Swords, this person is sitting on a bench. Behind them, it appears like there's a moonlight. But it's almost like a mirror, actually. And I typically don't see it that way in this deck. But it's almost like looking back into the past and like, I could have said something, I could have did something. This is a huge card of introspection and reflection, not typically what we get with the Two of Swords card. So I think for some of you, you're doubting yourself. You have the Eight of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands, and you have the Page of Swords, bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. I think you're wondering if you sabotaged this. You know, could I put more effort into work? Could I have said things to make this person love me? You know, could I have done differently for this family member or this friend to not betray me in this way or to walk out on me? And I feel like you're searching for an answer here. And I think your answer is you were being protected or currently are being protected from whomever or whatever this is. It wasn't meant to work out. You didn't sabotage anything. Five of Pentacles. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles here. And then we'll take a look at that fresh start for you. I think you need to have some confidence that you did everything you could back there. There was nothing more for you to do. You have the Sun card. This would have never gotten you there. This would have been a block to the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Warmth, vibrancy, success, good health, happiness. The Star, your wish fulfillment, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Pentacles. I don't think you're seeing it right now. I think once you get to where you're going, I think then you'll be able to reflect back and go, yeah, this is a much better job or a much better work environment. You know, when we get fired, and I'm just using it as an example, I'm not predicting you're getting fired this week, but when we get fired, we think back and go, could I have done anything differently? Should I maybe have spoken differently? Maybe I should have worked that extra 3 hours and not complained about not getting paid overtime. And the woulda, shoulda, couldas would not have helped you. Once you land that new job, then you're going to be like, holy shit, this job has potential. It has growth. Oh my God, free on-the-job training. They pay me for overtime. I get double pay if I work a holiday or a weekend. Like, wow, this is exactly the type of job that I wanted. It's creative. It's fun. It's very warm. It's nurturing. Then you're going to be able to look back and go, yeah, that last job would have never, even if I would have said something differently or put up with shit or put in some extra effort, it never would have been this job. And I think that's what Source is trying to tell you. maybe you can't see it right now, but when you get to this new beginning or this fresh start, new job or new relationship, or maybe even a new living environment, again, I don't know what it is here that isn't working out for you or hasn't worked out for you. But when you get to where you're going, you're going to understand why the universe moved you in that direction. Ace of Pentacles, tell me about the new opportunity here. Yeah, there was nothing you could have done at that last job or that relationship or anything like that. It was meant to work out the way it did. Otherwise, you would have stayed there. And then you would have never gotten to this. Your, the dream job or the dream relationship or the dream living situation. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the Empress, the Four of Swords, and Judgment. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. You would have never had this new experience. That's a judgment call you're going to make. That would have never been this. And you would have missed this. This would have been a missed opportunity. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. So if you're going through a difficult time, if you're struggling through something, or something is being closed out of your life, situation, environment, connection, whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. You are being given a fresh start. What is coming would have never, or what you're leaving, I should say, or what is leaving you, would have never been this. And I think you need to have confidence in that. You did the right thing. Yeah, you did the right thing. 3 cards of advice here. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Phoenix, you have the King of Swords, and you have the Page of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, you have the 5 of Swords, you have the 10 of Pentacles, you have the 8 of Cups. Oh my God. Look at this. Once you start walking, what you're walking towards, 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, this would have been a huge block for you. I don't know who or what this was, but it would have been a huge block to that. So your advice, start to see things clearly. Start to get excited about the new path. Start to invest, Page of Pentacles, into the new path. Start rebuilding your life. Your deck is the only deck that has the 2 cards in it, the Celestial Weaver and the Phoenix. So start acquiring all the information and knowledge you need to rise from the ashes of whatever ended or is in the process of ending here, and see it logically that where you're headed is far better than what or who you are leaving behind. That is what I have for you, my love. Those are your angel messages for the week of March 8th. I was almost going to say March 3rd. Sorry about that. For the week of March 8th, 2026. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, be gentle with yourself. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace. Hello, Capricorn. I hope that you're doing well. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the week of March 8th, 2026. Angel number 999, fulfillment. Love it. Visualize what's next. The cycle you've been carrying out is reaching fulfillment. You are at the finish line of your goals, and it's time to start leveling up to visualize some new ones. What can you do to tie up loose ends? Explore this question in quiet reflection. Message from the universe. The journey wasn't the smoothest or the most pleasant lately, but everything is coming together. Your patience, strength, and perseverance will soon be rewarded. The wait is almost over. Hold on. Message from your spirit guides. Allow. You're being asked to open your energy field and take down your walls of protection in order to allow some goodness into your life. Lord knows you need some. You've been through hell. Sometimes without even realizing it, we block ourselves from the flow of life. It's safe to open yourself back up again. Visualize what you want next because it's coming in. Message from Archangel Michael. Trust the guidance you're receiving. Card number 35, guidance. Not me, but the message is coming through me now. Trust the guidance you're receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. I'm also present to clear away your worries so you can trust your divine guidance. I would pay attention to your intuition this week. I think you have something big coming in. This to me looks like the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. The letters N and R might be relevant to someone watching. NRRN, maybe you're a nurse. I don't know. And luck is on your side. New moon and Sagittarius. Visualize what you want because luck is on your side. Allow it to come in. Trust. Trust. Your patience, strength, and perseverance will soon be rewarded. Okay, we talked a lot in the past couple of months of you learning healthy boundaries and how to establish them and how to practice them and maintain them in connection. You got to let them down just a little bit. Not to allow people to walk all over you, but to allow something good here that wants to come in for you. Tell me more about this here for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Queen of Pentacles. That's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. The Ten of Swords and the Two of Wands. Yeah, this is the journey. Wasn't the easiest lately. But I feel like a difficult chapter now has come to an end. Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles is clarified by Knight of Swords, Nine of Cups, and the Moon. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. I think there's something here that you want to nurture or create here in your life. And I feel like telling you to go for it. Go learn it. Go do it. This is your moment. Tell me about that Ten of Swords. The wait is over. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yeah, the wait is over. It's time to plan. It's time to move forward. Ten of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, the worst is over. I don't know what it is that you've gone through. Some kind of ending here, or could be a betrayal for some of you. I just feel like it was a very difficult chapter. I think it's time for you to get up on the horse. And I know some of you maybe don't want to hear that, but there's something that's trying to come in. What is trying to come in? Two of Wands. Tell me about this. It's interesting. You know, visualize what's next. This chapter is over. I don't know if the situation, environment, or connection will continue to be in your life moving forward. That's a decision only you can make. But there's still a new chapter. So you did have something close out. We have two of the four tens here on the table. The Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So something closed out in terms of your emotional or financial stability. Now visualize what you want next. And again, maybe you had a really difficult time at work. Doesn't mean that you lost your job, or you have a difficult time in a connection. Doesn't mean the partnership is over. These are collective general readings. But I know that you've had an ending here. And we don't have the other two tens, which that's sort of what's hovering over the message here. So something in terms of long-term emotional or financial stability came to an end. So what do you want next now in your life? It's time for you to dream big. New moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. This is dreaming big. The Two of Wands in this deck, the individual is holding a globe. Again, dreaming big. Visualize what's next. What direction do you want to go in? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Tell me about that Two of Wands. The Two of Cups, the Emperor, and the Devil. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. Well, you're the Devil, so I'm not concerned about seeing that card here. You need to make a decision. Why are you stuck? You're stuck. There's a decision here. I've tapped into a group of you. There's a decision you want to make. Something you want to learn, do, launch, learn, I don't know, nurture in terms of a partnership in your life. And that could be with a boss, with a business partner, with a banker, with a financier. It certainly could be with a love partner. It could be with a friend, or even like a community group. You've had a difficult chapter come to an end. We know this is done and over with. Let's just remove this off the table, right? This is done and over with. You learned a lot of lessons. You can look back and be honest with yourself and say, I learned a lot from that situation, environment, or connection, or ending. Again, whatever that was here. I'm ready now to move forward. There's something here that you want to create or do, but you're reluctant. Why are you reluctant? Why the reluctancy? So this could be like, I'm speaking to a Capricorn. I'll get to that in a second. I could be speaking to a Capricorn. You had a connection here. Let's say a romantic partnership. It came to an end. It was burdensome. It was heavy. There was a lot of betrayal. And yeah, with the two other tens missing, it really did impact you emotionally, maybe even financially. And you can look back and be honest with yourself and say, I learned a lot, not just about that person, but about myself, or about connection, or how I show up in connection, or how I would like to show up in connection in the future. Okay, that's in your past. Now there's a part of you that's like, you know what? I think I'm ready to nurture another connection. I would really like to find my counterpart, or find someone who, you know, I could, I don't know, spend the rest of my life with. But there's a hesitation here. And that Two of Wands, you're like, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? I really would like to move forward. Knight of Swords is a knight of action. I would like to move forward towards someone, again, I'm only using relationship as an example. I'd like to find my wish fulfillment, but then that moon card creeps in of these doubts, fears, and anxieties. I'm going to get you advice on that, but tell me more about the Two of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Eight of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles, and you have Temperance. Bottom of that, King of Pentacles, King to the Queen of Pentacles. All right. I feel like this is a love reading. So if you're not interested in love, you're welcome to look at another placement. I feel like I've tapped into a group of you where you've had a difficult time with a romantic partnership. This is either someone you were married to or committed to, you to them to you. You built a connection here with a romantic partner. And there was the ability for it to really go to distance. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, or at least that was your dream, wish, or goal for it. And it either came to an end or it was fractured. It's going to be different for all of you. So now I have a group of you where you would like to re-engage with this person and rebuild this connection, but you have a lot of hesitation. For others of you, you don't want the past person, but you would like to move forward and find your person or a person. But again, there's a lot of fears, doubts, and insecurities in doing that. So both of you would like balanced connection, a balanced romantic partner in your life, or partnership, I should say, in your life. For some of you, it's past person. Like I said, for others of you, it's a new person. But it's almost like you're afraid to even go there mentally. Why is that? I think this partnership wants to come in, whether it's the past person or new. You can claim that Two of Cups to the Emperor, and it could be Two of Cups to the Empress. I don't read body parts. I would call this in how you want. I think this is what's trying to come in. You're not allowing it to come in. You're not allowing it to come in. Ace of Cups, that's the truth. Ace of Swords, double truth. Double truth bomb right there for you. So you would like either that past person or a new person. So what are the doubts, fears, and anxieties about? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Lovers, the Six of Swords, and the Fool. Bottom of the deck, Justice, Four of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. Both of you want to move forward. I want to make the choice to move forward and have a new beginning in love. Again, past person, new person, that's up to you. What's the worry? Why the worry? I should say, why the worry? One more shuffle. Thank you. If I do this, Four of Wands, and I get into this committed partnership, Justice to Judgment, bottom of the deck, Five of Cups. So you're afraid of something repeating here. If I re-engage with this romantic partner and I get back together, I don't know what happened here. Maybe an act of betrayal. Like I said, it was either a break, severance, it could be a fracture in a connection. But if I were to make the judgment call, you're afraid that it won't work out. You're afraid it won't be fair and balanced. You're afraid that you, I don't know, will have wasted more time or reinvested your heart in something only to see it not pan out again. And if you're curious or interested in moving forward and finding someone new, it's the same message. You're afraid that the next person will be just like the past person. Can we get 3 cards of advice here? Because I think whether you want the past or new, again, like I said, you manifest, you can call this in how you want. It's a general collective reading. But you need to visualize what type of partner you want in your life. That's what you need to visualize. You need to visualize the type of partner that you want. Not the type of partner you had, not the type of partner you have. What type of partner do you want? What do they need to have? And I'm not talking about 6'5", blonde hair, blue eyes. What I'm not talking about physical attributes. I'm talking about what qualities do they need to have? Sense of humor, honesty, integrity, loyalty. There's my cat Samuel. Say hello to Capricorn. What would fulfill you? 999. What is this 9 of Cups for you in terms of love? So I would create maybe five top qualities. That if this person had these top 5 qualities, and of course attraction could be one of them, right? You want to be with someone you're attracted to. But top 5 qualities. once you visualize that type of relationship, that type of connection, then I would ask the universe to just bring in that person. And if the past person appears, great. And if it's a new person, great. You're going to get exactly what it is that you visualize and want. So I wouldn't worry so much about this person. I would focus on what you want and then call in that person. And like I said, if it's a past person, great. If not, that's okay. Luck is on your side. You're going to get what you want in terms of a romantic partnership. Don't call in the person. Call in the top 5 qualities. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Sorry if I went a little long in that reading. It's Mercury retrograde. Sometimes it takes me a while to process the messages, so I apologize. 3 cards of advice here. Thank you. 5 of Swords sort of came out on the side there. 5 of Swords, Page of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles. Terms of advice. I wouldn't fight with yourself about this. I think some of you are trying to call in a person or a specific person, and I would not do that. You know, I would not call in the ex. I would not. When we try, and I told Scorpio this, I think about 18 months ago or so. I think it came through in one of their readings. And I only remember this because I'm a Scorpio moon. There was something like, if you try manifesting the person, you're sort of blocking or interfering with their free will. And we wouldn't want someone that we don't want to be with to manifest us back into their life. Because what ends up happening is the person gets this feeling or idea, they get this energetic pull and like, oh, you know what, I really should call Capricorn. And they connect with you, but it's not genuine because it's not something that they chose to do. It's something you manifested. So within a couple of days or weeks or months, the relationship falls apart. And that's because they didn't come towards you on their own volition. You know, their own divine gift of free will. They sort of were like a little energetically coerced by you by doing so. So I wouldn't do that because I don't think it's going to yield the result that you want. Instead, I would ask for what it is that you want in terms of qualities. That's how I think you can co-create with the divine. I think, and again, whoever comes in, comes in. Tell me more about that. One more shuffle. Thank you. Because then the person that you're meant to build with and that 3 of Pentacles comes in. Then the offer opportunity comes in. High Priestess, 6 of Pentacles and 2 of Swords. You can't see it now, but the person comes in very quickly. Sagittarius energy here. So I think you can't see it now, but the person comes in very quickly. I wouldn't call in the person though. I want to reiterate that message. I get the feeling here some of you are trying to call in a specific person. I think if you do that, it's not going to last very long. I would call in the type of person. And if you weren't looking for a love reading, I'm sorry, check another placement. But if you were, luck is on your side. This week, figure out 5 top qualities that you want in a person. And then I would just wait for it. I would allow it to come in and see who shows up. It will be your manifestation, that much I know. It might not come in the packaging you expect, but it will be exactly what you want. And it will be a wish fulfilled for you. That is what I have for you. If you like that message, resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you for being here. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the week of March 8th, 2026. Again, I was almost going to say March 3rd. I'm so sorry. Your angel number 834, energetic responsibility. Be aware of the vibes you send out. Your angels alert you to be aware of the vibrations you are sending out into the world. What you're going through is creating havoc for those who are absorbing your energy. Lie in a calm state and focus on breathing deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. After a few deep breaths, do a full body stretch. Feel balanced and stabilizing yourself. I'm curious to see where we're going with this reading because I'm an Aquarius rising. I don't feel like I'm sending out some bad vibes, but let's see where we go. Message from the universe. I need you to get excited again. I need you to remember that you're not in this thing alone. I'm working on your challenges. I've already assigned angels to you. So let go of the stress and just trust. I've got a pretty incredible ending in store. In fact, that's why I need you to get excited again, because the happy ending that you've got coming will rock your world. Message from your spirit guides, detach. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Trust and trust, detach and detach. Message from Archangel Michael. Welcome abundance into your life. Card number 37. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that Source will heal your financial challenges. And Moonology card for us this week is you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous Moon. So there's some outcome that you want with the situation, environment, or connection. You're very close to getting what you want. I don't think you can see it now. I think some of you are doubting that this is possible. And maybe what you need to detach from is that negative thinking of it's not coming in, or it's, you know what I mean? It's not possible. That might be a block to you actually achieving this, is your negative thinking or your negative energy that it's not possible, which is very much unlike Aquarius. But look, we all get down in the dumps sometimes. So let's see where we go with this. Clarify this more. Energetic responsibility, getting excited again, detaching from an outcome, welcoming abundance, and very close to achieving their goal. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Moon, you have the Fool, and you have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I think you're very worried about something here. A lot of negative thoughts about this. I'll call it a new chapter. Tell me more about the Moon. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I think on the surface, you look calm and ready. I don't think someone would look at you and be like, you look like a frantic mess. And notice in the Moon card in this deck, this person is underneath the surface, like they're underneath the water. So I get a feeling that you keep this emotion, this worry, this tension underneath, that maybe something won't work out. Tell me more about that Moon. Five of Swords, the Empress, and the Four of Wands. There's this feeling of like, I'm not going to be able to create this, nurture this, build this. I won't have stability. I won't be able to relocate. There's a lot of negative thoughts and it's very emotional. But again, I think you keep it under the surface. I think if someone were to look at you, they wouldn't realize all of this is happening within you. There's something here you want to, like I said, birth, create, nurture. Could even be relocation. Tell me more about the Fool. Tell me more about this new beginning. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Fool is clarified by the King of Swords. That's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. Death or rebirth, and the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Pentacles. Whatever this is, it's coming in. So I wouldn't worry so much about when it's coming in or even how it's coming in. I wouldn't try to control every detail of it. Like, detach from having to control every detail of it. So what do I mean by that? Let's say it's a relationship-based reading for you. I'm not saying it is, so don't get offended and click off of the video. But maybe I am, again, it's only an example. Let's say I'm speaking to an Aquarius. You really would like a passionate new beginning in love. Instead of like being all up in your head and worried about, I don't know if I'm going to find a divine partner, and we're going to settle down and we're going to get married and create a family and, you know, or relocate. Where would I live with this person? Would they live with me? Would I live with them? You haven't even met the person yet. So there's something here about like detach from all of those details. I know you're an air sign and I'm the Gemini here. So if anyone gets lost in the sauce of Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, it's us. It shouldn't be you. You're way more logical, and you are the most logical out of the three of us, right? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But I kind of think you're allowing this to get the better of you. You're thinking like 50 steps ahead. I don't think you need to think 50 steps ahead. I know that you are sharp. I know that you're, like I said, the most logical out of the three of us. Probably the most logical out of all 12 zodiac signs. No offense to the other 11. But it's because you see things so crispy, so clearly. You're not just an effective communicator, Aquarius. Your thoughts are sharp. The words you speak to yourself, they're impacting this. I would get out of the negative cycle here. I think you're putting out some bad vibes, and it has the potential to delay or maybe even completely derail this manifestation. So again, using that analogy where you're a single Aquarius, you're like, I really want love. I want a new passionate beginning. but you're thinking 10 steps ahead. You haven't even met the person yet. I would detach from that and just believe that it's coming in. I want an abundant relationship. It's passionate. It's 10 of Pentacles. It can go the distance. Yeah, I think you're putting out some negative vibes unknowingly, maybe from your subconscious thoughts here in the Nine of Swords. Tell me more about this here for Aquarius. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the 10 of Wands, you have Temperance, and you have the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you have the Chariot. I think once you can free up these thoughts that you have, what you want comes in really fast. Queen of Wands, the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. There's a partnership. I knew it. Damn it. I knew it was partnership related. There's the World card. You got the Fool card. There's your whole new cycle. It could be in career and finance. It could be in love and romance. It could even be, I don't know, with that Four of Wands. Maybe you're contemplating getting a realtor, or you're buying a home, or you want to buy a home, right? Because I feel like this is still kind of a dream state, if you will. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I just think it's a vision or goal you have. But you're getting 20 steps ahead of yourself. All right, well, if I get the realtor, and then if I list a house, I can't list a house. I have to do ABC before I list a house. But then if I list a house and I sell the house, where am I going to move? Stop doing that to yourself. Just stop thinking 20 steps ahead. Again, I know you're the King of Swords, and I know that you want to be logical and you want to do this the right way. And I'm not telling you to do it in a half-assed way at all. But your negative thoughts are putting out some negative vibes into the universe. And I think you're blocking or delaying this manifestation. If you can take control of these thoughts, if you can temper the mind, temper the worry, then what you want comes in. The new opportunity, the new relationship, the new partnership, the new area where you're going to move or relocate to. I would welcome abundance into your life. I wouldn't be concerned with 10 or 20 steps ahead. This is funny. We were talking earlier today about relocating, and we were looking at a house listing, and I could already see him, and he's an Aquarius rising like I am. And I could already see his mind rolling. You know, when you look at someone in their eyes, you can tell what they're thinking. They don't even have to say a word. On the surface, he was calm. If anyone else was in the room with us, they probably would not have even noticed. But I know him so well, like the back of my hand. In my head, I was like, oh my God, he's already thinking about, we're going to have to get your house ready to sell. And then we're going to have to get the money. And where are we going to move? And I could already see him working 50 steps ahead. And I was like, I said to him, why don't you relax? This is not stressful. We're just looking at house listings. We're not moving tomorrow. We probably won't move this year, maybe not even next year. Just detach. I was like, detach from the worry. And let's just enjoy the ride. Let's just flow with it. And then I saw he was able to relax once. I was like, that's a non-stressor. Like, don't even worry about it. So I think that's what you need to do, is detach from that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 steps ahead. What happens if, when, blank, et cetera, happens? One more shuffle here. Let's get you some advice. Yeah, let's get you advice here. So this week, do some deep breathing, do some full body stretches, go for a walk if you can, if the weather's nice where you live in the world. Allow the new beginning to unfold and happen. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice. Queen of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and 2 cards came out. 6 of Pentacles and Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the World card showed itself again. So I want you to nurture yourself. I think if you can stay grounded, if you can get out in nature, that's great. If not, meditation works. Some quiet time alone. Make sure you're nurturing yourself, like eating the right food, staying hydrated, getting adequate sleep. I think all this 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, it's all in your mind. 9 of Swords, I think it will help to quiet the mind. And then you can start to take small incremental steps. Then you can start pouring some pentacle energy into just exploring, just getting the baseline, just collecting the data. I don't think you have to worry about, if you're single, what's going to happen when you meet someone and then you get married, and are you going to have kids or not have kids? No, you haven't even met the person yet. So this is screaming for him. I might actually send him the link to the timestamp for this. This is exactly what he went through today. So yeah, quiet the mind, detach from the outcome, go with the flow, meditate this week, nourish yourself and nurture yourself, and watch what it is that you desire come in. You're responsible for your energy this week. Try to make it as positive as possible for yourself and this manifestation that you're desiring. That is what I have for you, Aquarius. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, Please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Pisces, saving the best for last. I hope you're well. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's take a look at your angel messages for the week of March 8th, 2026. Angel number 154, personal journey. Valuable lessons have been learned. Indeed. Your angels are proud of your personal journey of self-truth and personal responsibility. This journey is a result of your choosing to learn valuable lessons from past mistakes and not repeating them. Write a list of what you have changed in your life since learning that valuable lesson. Yeah, that's really interesting. If you've had something close out, most of you it's a connection, but it could be anything. Could be with work, could be with a community group, a friend. I would write down, how have you changed as a person since the ending of that connection? Message from the universe. Your time is coming. Everything is coming together for you, but you must meet the universe halfway. Hold only a bright and happy vision of yourself with successful outcomes, and don't allow your fears or insecurities to stand in your way. Message from your spirit guides. Step back. You're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain a new perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. So span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. I think journaling out the lessons learned will make you, if you can step back and do that, I think then you'll have a better understanding of why that person was in your life or why that connection played out the way it did. Message from Archangel Michael. Change is coming. Card number 7. I'm here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. And your Moonology card here for the week. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Okay, tell me more about this here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Yeah, step back and see it from another perspective. Write down all your, I don't want to call them lessons. Write down how you've changed because those were your lessons. That's the result, I should say, of your lessons. Were all those changes. Those were changes that you needed to make, that particular person or connection or relationship was intended to teach you or show you. Let's get 3 cards here, please, for this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Page of Swords. This is great. Writing it down. 9 of Swords. And the 4 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Wands. Yeah, I would write this out. A lot of you do have a connection that has ended or is in the process of ending. I would write a list with that Page of Swords. How have you changed since going through this experience? Because I think you're a brand new you. I don't think you're the same person you were when you were in it, or even the same person you were even before you entered that particular connection. Those wounds have changed you. Write down how they changed you. Write a list of how you have changed in your life since going through that traumatic experience for some of you. Tell me about the Page of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Swords is clarified by the 7 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. Bottom of that, King of Swords, yeah. It's really hard when we go through a situation where someone has betrayed us, sabotaged a connection with us, treated us unfairly, broke our heart in some way, or maybe they were even manipulative. It's hard to see the victory in that, but there is victory in that. And I think that's why it's important for you to write that list of how you've changed. There's almost a little bit feeling here of being grateful for what you endured at the hands of this person. And I'm not, if it was abusive, I'm not telling you deserve to get punched in the mouth. That's not at all, as a victim of abuse from 30 years ago, that's not at all what I'm saying to you. So please don't take it that way. But there's something here, again, provided it's was not a physically or even emotionally or sexually abusive relationship, but going back and seeing that for what it was and see how much you've grown, the lessons you've learned, how you can take better care of yourself now, how you put yourself first, how now you put your future first. Those were all qualities that you now have, that you have cultivated, that you probably would not have, or would have taken you longer to do had you stayed in that connection. Like if it wasn't for what they did to you, you wouldn't be who you are today. That's what I mean by finding the gratitude. And look, I didn't see it at the time when I was going through what I went through with Michael, But 30 years later, 32 years later now it's been, I can look back and say I'm grateful. Am I grateful that he cracked my fractured my collarbone, put me in the hospital? No. Some of you wonder why I wear the shirt off the shoulder. That's how I took that back. I know it's silly. I've been doing it for 30 years. That was kind of my way of reclaiming that for myself. But and there, I'm not saying 24 hours a day I walk around like this, but it's a way for me to reclaim that. Anyway, I am a different person today, having gone through that. I don't overlook the red flags. I don't tolerate a narcissistic person in my life, not just even a partner, a friend, a boss, a neighbor. Like I see the red flags now. I don't tolerate poor behavior. I don't put my financial worth or value in the hands of someone. Now, I was a teenager, I was 18, 19 years old when I was with him. And I moved on after him and ended up in a wonderful 24-year relationship that ended just because we had just grown apart. But I wouldn't be the person I was today had I not gone through that. I'm not saying he had a right to physically abuse me, but I have some gratitude in that I walked away being a better person, and changing my life and changing myself, evolving. And again, sometimes when it's fresh and new, it's difficult to do that. But I think you can write down how you've changed, and that'll give you an idea of why that person was in your life. You're going to look at qualities within yourself and say, yeah, I never did that before that SOB was in my life. Unfortunately, that's why that SOB was in your life. You wouldn't be the Queen or King of Pentacles had they not done that Seven of Swords to you. And that's your victory. You came out a better, stronger person because of it. And that's worth celebrating. Nine of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The World card. Yeah, I would look at that ending. King of Swords, very clearly the devil. Ooh, that person was toxic. Boy, have you grown. If you didn't learn a lot from dealing with someone who probably bordered narcissism here, if they weren't a narcissist, King of Swords to the devil, to the Seven of Swords, gaslighter, a manipulator, a betrayer, probably a cheater, someone who can't tell the truth, probably triangulated you. Of course you evolved from that experience, from that connection, regardless. It could be a boss. Of course you're a whole new you now, as you should be. So yeah, I would write a list of all the ways you've changed through the journey with whoever that monster was. Sorry, I always say I'm not cross-watcher friendly. Tell me the Four of Wands here. Change is coming. One more shuffle here. Thank you. And don't let pride get in your way when you make that list. Yeah, it's okay to say, I didn't see this at the time, or it's okay. It's okay to admit those things. Four of Wands, Six of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. Change is coming. Change is coming. You have a new soulmate here on path now. So that could be the new boss or the new friend, a friend who becomes like a family member. Like if this was a family member who betrayed you, certainly could be a new love partner. So I would, before you start planning your future, planning the next relationship or connection you're going in, I would take some time this week to journal out, write out. Does not have to be anything fancy. How are you different because you dealt with that person? Your time is coming. Everything that you want is coming to you, or the type of person you want is coming to you. Your advice. Five of Cups, Eight of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. I think this is going to be a big burden off of you if you were able to write all this down. What they did to you, how that changed you, how you're a different person today. I like the Knight of Pentacles. That's Virgo energy. And Virgo energy. High vibrational Virgo is about creating lists. It's not just strategies and plans. It's creating a list. So I would write that list. What they did to you, how it affected you, and how that changed you. And then allow the new to come in, because change is trying to come in. That is what I have for you for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, be gentle with yourself while you're writing this list. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.